All right, interesting that we're seeing. Usually, this has been the Jax has been a ban against Bin. So it's interesting that they see You Should Know Me as such a threat on this champion. So a lot of top lane bans, though. Knight has been one of the better LeBlanc players. Has been playing at AD, but a lot. Senna's still open. Gonna trade Senna's for Varus. We see this a lot. Now we're gonna see Nautilus. Where's the Nautilus? Okay, Cassante, Nautilus. There we go. No surprise. All right, we're just gonna play Keneal. I love You Should Know Me, man. This is his jam. Just playing Camille in the top side. I guess he wants to play it into Cassante. We have our Company of Heroes 2 enjoyer. I never played Company of Heroes 2, actually. Leon came back from being teamless into clapping BLG out of nowhere. Don't I know it? So sad for me. And take the Renata Glask. So very good composition right now for kiting from BLG. And some mid laners and some junglers. Knight has actually won games on the Karma mid, so it's going to take Orianna pretty far down the priority list. Going to take the Brand because they have an AD top laner and AD mid laner. And we're just going to take Lee Sin. Nocturne for Nocturne Ori combo. No, Lee Sin, fine. This is one of those comps, guys. This is just one of those comps in the meta that I keep talking about that I hate. They have very limited primary engage. They have Varus ult, and they have a Lee Sin flank and a kick. They don't really have a great ball delivery. I guess you have Lee Sin. You know, same could be said over here. Nautilus. Not a lot of very good primary engage, guys. Maybe Camille flank and ults, but that's a little rough. So this is one of those games that might be dictated as to who gets to objective priority first. Elden Ring DLC news? You need a distraction? Why? I've never played a Dark Souls game or an Elden Ring game. Yeah, Guangdong's good right now. Phantomir, Guangdong's a good team. Nice CS denial on this bot side. Doran's items on both bot laners early on. I wonder if Senna's probably going to pick up a support item after first back. It's mostly fasting Senna in Asia. Is Andal fine or still in the hospital? Was he in the hospital? I hope he's okay. I have no idea what the update on Andal is. Quantum did pretty well as a sub, but it'd be sad because Andal has been doing really well recently. What do I think about G2's performance in finals? It was very good. Even the game that they lost, they played really well from behind, I think. The level in general of LCK to last year, lower or higher, I mean, it's the same as it always has been, right? There's like a clear few best teams. The bottom of the league is kind of trash. He got hospitalized. Look, people in Korea, people will just go to the hospital for like an IV. So you never know what hospitalized it means in Korea. They will go to the hospital for fucking anything in this country. So I'm not saying it wasn't serious, but it equally could have just not been serious. All right. So this guy is so funny. You should know me, such a funny player. I mean, this is a pretty long gank path here because you literally see Leon walk from Krugs all the way to top Scuttle Crab to take it. And I think Bin didn't think he would be here, considering he was starting at blue buff. He probably assumed he had recalled and wasn't literally walking across the entire map. Nice flash, though. Is Brand Jungle really meta? Yes, it's very meta. Lee Sin's here to do absolutely nothing on his way to take Rapsters. Why is Brand Jungle? Because his clear is crazy fast. They buffed his like damage to monsters and his clear speed, and he provides insane late game damage. His itemization is also stupidly good with Leandries and Rylai's. So he has like a lot of AoE slow and then just crazy burn damage. But he also just farms so fast. It's all right. They'll nerf Brand Jungle soon. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. It can't be left like this. Do you really think Zeri is broken? Zeri's not very good right now, but she has to be mega nerfed in order not to make her played at the professional level, where she's an absolute fucking nightmare. Terrible champ. This is why are they going in on this? What are they doing? Like Knight is literally 1 HP in mid lane. He's literally 1 HP in mid lane. There's a freeze topside, which is why You Should Know Me is coming here. But even if the Camille isn't here, guys, like this is very, very like what are Jun and An doing? There's 4 people and actually secretly 5 people with Camille around here in this part of the map. It's such a dangerous play to make, and yeah, you get the kill and you trade 1 for 1, but you're going to lose Drake and you lose all kind of prio, right? And why the fuck are we still here? You know Camille is here. You see her on the pink ward. You see Camille on the pink ward. And you walk up to do what? I don't even know what he's doing. He's not even autoing the pink ward. He doesn't have flash. Is Camille meant to be good into Cassante? I mean, I guess. It's also You Should Know Me, so he just plays Camille. Like, you should... That's just what he does. Leon covers top after respawning. Filtered / drip coffee or espresso? Drip coffee. That ward is not in range? Yes, it is. He walks by it. He's literally walking by it. Wait, yes, he can... That sees him. It is blocked. What? Okay, I'm done. You're trolling. No. I'm saying that the Lee Sin can see You Should Know Me. He can see him. He can see Camille. He knows Camille is there before he goes. So he knows that Camille is still bot side of the map when he walks into river. Camille is not topped. Camille doesn't have TP. So Camille can double back. Where did you get the Chinese VODs? On the LOL event VODs subreddit. This actually looks much more like a BLG game because they love to push bot and then invade with brand. But it's pretty disastrous, honestly. Like, this bot lane is now going significantly better for IG. They're starting to get pressure. The brand is starting to invade. The Camille is fucking huge in the top side, even though she's down several waves in CS and plates from that roam. They got Drake for it. And the thing is that when you get first Drake, you know, your Senna has a lot of time to scale into the late game, potentially, right? Because you're not pushed in. There's no timer on it. So now you can kind of just happily scale up with Senna, even if they get the next, 3 Drakes. It doesn't really matter. You've delayed the timer on this game. Oh, they did get... BLG got Drake, excuse me. So never mind. The timer's on, guys. But it was a pretty late first Drake. It's really not an effective Renata ult. Ooh, barely didn't actually get the bailout triggered, though. Wow, Cryan's just going in. Holy shit. Flashes out, gets reset. Triple kill for Leon. All right, let's watch this again. So BLG is a little bit desperate, guys. BLG is a little bit desperate. Because Leon already took one of the voidlings, so they or one of the grubs, so they really don't want him to get 5 or 6 stacks. So that's why this fight occurs. And even though you have level 6 here, from on, he uses this really early. He actually only hits 1. He only hits the brand, which brand autoing doesn't actually do any damage to on. So you should be able to engage on him with the hook shot. This is very close, though. I mean, look at that. He just a fraction of a second away from actually proccing the bailout. I love this play by Cryan, though, just to jump in, flash out, and then rocket jump over to bin. Uber Black Torn, welcome back. What I think of You Should Know Me? I mean, I think he's a kind of a silly player. Oh, hey, quote. What mic do I use? I use a Beacon mic. B-E-A-C-N. So it's Beacon without the O. You Should Know Me's a bit greedy there, using ulti for Renata. I mean, yeah, especially because Renata had already used ult. Like, what the question is, like, what value does Renata have after using ultimate? The answer is very low. You know. So, I love that Cryan is willing to go in 1v3 on that one, though. It's pretty sexy. Have I considered moving on from League? What does that mean to you? All right, because I've done lots of things that weren't League, including being the commissioner of a Counter-Strike League, and I'm now running a podcast media company. So I always do other stuff. I also consult. Leaving League behind. For good. Well, guys, I have one of, if not the most popular podcast in esports on League of Legends. I'm running a podcast company, so I'm going to keep doing it because that's what makes me money, and I enjoy doing it. Maybe at some point, I won't do that anymore. I'll just run LFN or something like that, but no point not doing that right now. What do I consult about? I mean, I've done a bunch of consulting. Like I've said publicly in the past, I did do consulting for ESL Face It Group in 2022. Right now, I'm working with Play Versus. So I'm doing some kind of like high school path to pro stuff with them. Their new management is great, by the way. Their old management was fucking terrible, but their new management's really good, I think. I like that they're making it free for schools. I'm working on some stuff in terms of developing the scene in Colorado with them. Yeah, doing a lot. What about transitioning to things you hate that make no money? Seems like the obvious next step. Yeah, guys, this is the dream. It's not that I didn't like League of Legends. It's that I hated Riot. You know? So if I can just do this on my own terms and make content with a company that I own, it's pretty good. I don't have to be Riot's bitch. They can't tell me what to do or say. They can't tell me where to be. Monty, have you tried being poor? I mean, I've been running a startup for the last couple of years, so yes, I have tried being poor. Yeah, so, Monty, why don't you, right as your company is starting to get a lot of sponsors and make money, why don't you quit now? Now, quit while you're ahead, you know? I know you worked for 2 years, and you've done this podcast for 10 years to build it up, but yeah, now's the time to leave. Nice and old. Nice kiting, even though he has no mana. Junglers can't actually run out of mana in the jungle anymore. It's actually crazy how low he gets them without dying right there. What do I stop doing this? What I'm supposed to do? Oh, no, I mean, eventually probably I'll take a step back from League of Legends. You know, the goal is to grow LFN to the point where, you know, we have so many other podcasts and so many other successful products that, you know, I can be replaced, at least in the esports stuff. You know, I think I'd rather, like, do a bunch of cooking and, like, culture content at this point in time. But I'm not unhappy doing League of Legends. I've been having a good time streaming. Been having a good time making the shows. Been having a good time doing analysis on League this year. It's fun with all the changes, I think. It's pretty chill, honestly. No, I don't have time for TFT. Yeah, the cooking show. I mean, I did a cooking show on my stream at the end of 2022. That was pretty great. But I would love to do that kind of content more full-time. This game is surprisingly even so far. This Camille split push has not been as oppressive as you might expect given her early lead. Is there any type of cuisine that you struggle to make that you wish you could? Baking. I am not a great baker, guys. You could choose a cooking brand / product to sponsor you. What would it be? Oh, man. So many choices. Like, Le Creuset would be pretty sweet. You know, any, like, high-end knife company. Amazon Fresh? That'd be great. Potential shift of meta to bruisers duelists like Fiora Camille. I mean, it's always fun when we get those metas, right? Like, I think split push metas are really fun because they require good macro to execute properly, so I'm generally a big fan. Dude, what the fuck, Knight? So they pop Renata ult. Knight walks up. Extreme. What is he doing? So he TPs in, and he just walks right up next to Wink. What? Who is he trying to kill? I guess he's trying to kill An. Yeah, On flashes the shockwave here, but the Renata ult wears off, so he just gets hooked. Flashes, gets hit by Senna root and not ult and dies. I don't know why he's trying to walk so far up there. It's only a level 1 Renata ult. On cleanse the ult. I mean, he knows that On has cleanse though. He knows On has cleanse and like can see where ball is. This is my number one ranked team in the world. Yeah, that's pretty bad. It's all right. You always get trolled. You always get trolled in power rankings. Inevitably, somebody always loses. At least it wasn't G2. The East superiority of the West is the whole PC bond culture. Yeah, because it's just gaming is part of culture. So more people do it. And it's something you go do together with your friends. Is G2 good, or did every rival EU team conspire to get weaker to make sure G2 won? I don't know. Is FlyQuest good, or did every other LCS team just get weaker to allow FlyQuest to win? It's just so wild to me that you would, on a level 1 Renata ult, walk up as Orianna when you know the Senna has cleanse and the Nautilus is sitting there with ult up and hook up. NRG is greater than G2 and they are 4 and 5, so FlyQuest seem fucking strong. Yeah, I believe in you guys. Go to MSI. Go win MSI. Masu, MSI champion. Definitely not going to ruin an entire game by losing in the bot lane to Guma and Keria. Jokes aside, though, I hope you do go to MSI because I just think international experience would be really good for the bot lane, regardless of how you actually perform. I think it'll level them up in a big way. Dude, I fucking hate these compositions with no primary engage. This is what I mean. This is exactly what why does everybody play these comps these days? This is what I mean by translating, like, whoever gets objective prio just fucking wins the team fight because the other team has to play into them. Right? There is no chain of corruption. So you're basically relying on a Lee Sin flank, like a kick, to get engaged into this fight. Because if you're BLG and you're walking in right now, you're still going to have to worry about, like the Nautilus ult just picking you off the front line. Senna ult is almost back up. You're walking into Brand ult. This gets very painful. See, he just flashes on Lee Sin because Lee Sin is the only player who can actually engage here. And it keeps him out of the Drake pit, so they can't secure the Drake. Okay, you hit one person with the shot. You don't even hit Leon with the shockwave. Oh, you do. Okay, he takes damage, but he gets pulled into the wall. And here comes the Camille flank. But you can't force the objective on your terms. It's really well played by Wink. Wink plays that very well. Shockwave is typically more of a secondary engage because you're putting it on somebody who's already in the fight, or you're waiting for the fight to begin before you can reposition your ball. Dude, that Nautilus ult is so huge at the end of this fight. The fact that they still have that because he only had to use Hook to stop Jun from getting into pit. If that Varus ult's hit, do they win the fight? I mean, he uses it as soon as it comes up off cooldown. That Varus ult is just bad. I think it's incredibly unlikely to hit. It's like max range. It's not a fast-moving ability. That's pretty easy to dodge. I think he had to hold it. I think just kind of chucking it out there, again, doesn't do you any favors. You're not in range for the rest of your team to engage anyway. The level of LPL in general seems to be lower compared to last year. Yeah, but it's always after Lunar New Year that LPL teams get decent again, so it's a long season. Wink is good though, man. That's bait. Rem. What are your thoughts on You Should Know Me? Look, he's fun. Is he good? I don't think he's pretty good. Is he one of the best top laners in the world? No. I like his champion build. He's a very unique player, and I think that's why it's fun watching him, but I don't anticipate that he's going to have like the greatest international success. What the fuck? He's literally just dying to Baron? Okay, so he goes on to Brand here. Okay, let's check out and see what happens. Because it looks like he hits a Q over the wall onto Brand, goes on to Brand. Leon flashes away from him. He gets kicked, but Baron gets aggroed. He takes 1 billion damage from Brand in pit, and Brand ults him. Brand ults him, and it bounces between him and Elk, and he just gets killed. Yeah, it looked like it was a kick setup for Jun, and Leon flashed the kick, and then he just got stuck in the pit getting autoed by... So he just gives up Baron? Oh my god. Hopefully you get a replay of like what actually happened right there, because that looked like it was... That looked like some shenanigans, guys. Okay, so they did proc bailout. However, here's a question. Was he actually going to kick him over the wall with that play? I don't know if he actually kicks him over that wall with the play. And I don't think Jun had flash yet. So I think his flash was still on cooldown. So he tries to make the big play onto the enemy jungler. But this is inherently risky because you're already... I mean, the minion wave's already pushed up here, right? And the pressure is coming in this way. So basically what I'm saying is IG's ability to respond by having Camille recall and then walk up here and Tristana walk down is pretty good. So the upside to this play seems really low. Like, the upside to this play seems very low. Because even, like, you have to ask yourself, what happens if they kill Leon here? So can he be kicked over the wall from this position? I'm not sure if he was here that he gets kicked over the wall. So would he even be isolated? The collapse is just going to be much faster from IG. Bin is here, but Tristana can get here much faster, right? And you end up actually just getting caught in the pit with and getting Brand ulted and then giving up Baron. So I think he would just hit the wall and not go over it. So maybe you kill him, but you still probably die. But the question is, like, is that even worth it? Because you probably die there regardless because you had to use your entire kit to make this play work. And the Senna is there. The Tristana's already moving. You would still be in the pit because he wouldn't be dead. Like, maybe he gets kicked into Chain of Corruption. But I don't think that saves the Lee Sin. Because the Brand is still going to get his ult off. You should know he gets here, comes in, gets into a flanking position. Very nicely done by You Should Know Me, flashing into the back line onto Knight. Immediate ult. Does trade 1 for 1, but they eventually get the kill also onto Bin, and then they get Baron. They didn't have vision over Senna and not. I mean, yes, which is another reason why you don't make that play. Right? Like, we probably shouldn't be all-inning the Brand if we don't know where Senna and Nautilus are. Finally gets hit by a Chain of Corruption right there. It's a good pickoff. Fortunately, the cost has been. And now you're just never escaping from Nautilus. Oh, what? The epic hook? Wow, I did not think that hook was going to hit that Orianna. Yeah, Wink played really well this game. Although it really just didn't go in terms of BLG's favor. Like, BLG has been playing very strongly through bot lane pressure with Jun. And this game ended up being kind of strange because they didn't actually get a lot of pressure in the bot lane, partly because of the Renata Glass pick with the Varus, right? But also, like, you typically see Jun just hard camping bot on this team and then invading enemy jungle, and that really just didn't happen this game. And I think that's why BLG was happy to let the Senna go over to On, because they figured, hey, we just like to play through bot. We want a pushing lane. That's how we win. So we're happy to make the Senna for Varus trade, but they didn't really punish that a lot.